Get ready, America, because you're about to see the best of the women of Sweet Swine County. Sweet Swine County's #1 daytime show.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Women of Sweet Swine County, where we share what's happening inside and outside Sweet Swine County. And I'm here today with my co-host, Paris again. Hi Paris, how are you today?
Hi Ann, good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
I'm so excited about today's show, and I know you are.
I am.
Yeah.
When I heard Maureen was coming back, I was like jumping up and down, doing the happy dance.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, yay, she's coming back.
I know, she was one of our, well, they're all our favorite guests, but
yes, they are.
She kind of left a
she was
lasting
exceptional.
impression. She
yes,
did.
she
All right,
get her out
yes, ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome from Scott County, Minnesota, the town of Jordan, Miss Maureen Carlson.
Yay.
Maureen, it is great to have you back on the show. I know Perry Ann is just thrilled to death that you were here.
So excited.
Yeah.
That you were coming back, and you're from Jordan.
I am.
So
Outside,
what's been going on in Jordan?
Well, you know, when you're in a small town, things change pretty fast
rapidly,
and then
yes.
slow. People think small towns, nothing happens, but things are always changing. And if people go to the jordanchamber.org, they will see a schedule of things that are happening. And we have a wonderful summer beanbag tournament, which is the biggest in Scott County. And we have a wonderful Heimat Fest, which is our fall family celebration. And then apples. Apples are perennial.
Yes.
And the Minnesota Harvest Apple Company is renewing some things about their event schedule. So they could check that out too, Minnesota
how
Harvest.
Fun. Lots of things to do in Jordan. But Maureen, what did you bring to show us today?
Look at all of
Look at this.
Well, today I brought characters because I do make characters. I brought characters and I brought hats.
Oh,
Lots
I like
of
hats.
We love hats.
Now, there's always
Yes. Giddy up.
Now, there's always a reason that I bring things that I bring.
Okay, so what's the reason for the hats?
Well, I wanted to use them as an illustration because in my place in Jordan at Maureen Carlson Center for Creative Arts, I teach a lot of classes and I do retreats and I teach people how to work with polymer clay. But what I'm really teaching them to do is design their life. Now,
perfect.
a lot of people say, oh, I'm not a designer.
I've said it.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to ask a couple of questions to see if you're a designer. Did you choose what you're wearing today?
Yes, I did.
Aha. And did you buy your makeup yourself?
Yeah.
Aha. And did you choose the significant other that's living with you in your life or not, or friend did you choose those people? Those are all things that you did to design your life.
Wow.
And so I sort of sneak it in on people that they're designing their life because, you know, it's about choosing colors and shapes and things you love. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know what they love. They just,
really?
They don't know what they love. So we're going to do a little exercise with hats. So let's pull out some hats.
Okay.
And, you know, we got a whole bunch of them. Let's just pull them out fast. I probably have lots and lots of hats.
Oh my gosh, it's endless.
I am guessing
Mother Nature hat.
that.
Oh wow,
that looks like
and then we have some ribbons. So I'm going to put the ribbons right here. Oh, that was my father's
I'm
hat.
liking this one.
And we have awesome.
Cool.
Oh wait, we aren't done.
We aren't done.
This is my favorite.
Really
it's
cool
actually
too.
wearing out. I've worn it so much.
A beret.
And then
now,
we
did
have.
you make those, Maureen?
A floppy hat.
You know, I didn't make any
make
of
those?
these hats. Oh, that's actually the one that I wear the most. That's wearing out.
That's wild.
So, did you find one you like?
I kind of like
sure.
this one. I'm kind of partial to this one.
What do you think? Let me try this.
Yep, that's you.
Is this me? Oh, it's a little big. But is it?
I love it. Now, tell me something you know about Prairie Ann by looking at the hat that she chose.
Well, she's very eclectic.
She's very eclectic.
That's what I would say.
And it looks nice on her. It doesn't look
It
good
does.
on me.
It doesn't look
Thank you.
garish or gaudy.
No,
It does.
looks-
It fits.
It's sort of with those little dangles.
It's
My friend
sparkly.
Jean made that one.
She has a sparkly personality,
Tell her
so
she
it's
did a good
sparkly.
job. Yes.
So right away, you guys knew what a choice, but I know you're both very creative people.
I don't know.
And what does this one tell about Paris?
That says that she's very cosmopolitan, very worldly.
A little sexy. She's got that little peeking out from underneath that hat. So those are the kinds of choices that people make when they start to listen to their own voice. And so what I do in my classes, even if it's a class about making a dragon, what I do in my classes is I help teach people to listen to their own voice. Some people ask somebody else what they should do, and some people listen to their own voice. And to me, that's the most exciting, when people learn to listen to their own voice and make those choices. So this little guy, where would you stick him in your garden? Do you have a garden?
Yes. Probably under the bird bath. To keep watch, especially if it was this one with the bird on his hat. I would think, well, like you had said, he could be a dragon keeper, and I'd think, well, he could be in charge of the birds. Make sure they're fed and watered.
I wonder if he's afraid of any of them.
No.
No, he's very brave.
He doesn't look like
he's very
afraid of anything.
Now, also here on the table, I have
a dragon.
And a little confused troll.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, it's a little troll. And then
he's scratching his head, isn't it cute?
And then there on the leaning up against the prince, that's a frog, is a mask. And this, I have masks like this that are hanging on my fence. And my friend Dawn Marie, who's from Belle Plaine, which is a little neighboring town to mine, she says that when people wear hats, other people are put more at ease, and they're more apt to look you in your eye, because they're directed there by your hat. And she finds that even strangers are friendlier to her when she wears a hat.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We'll have to try that.
So maybe the same.
That's probably why we wear a hat.
We'll try that with Nicole.
This is a little bit more on a serious note.
Oh, wow.
People that don't like really whimsical things might want to put something like this hanging on their patio wall.
Wow.
And it's a little shrine, and this is actually a little turtle shell.
A real turtle shell? I noticed that.
That's what I thought.
And so
where do you find real turtle shells?
Someplace a turtle has been.
Oh, so they're hard to find.
I found this one in Florida.
Okay.
On a beach in Florida. And so this is a little shrine that just helps me remember to honor the natural things that one finds.
Could you put anything in there, like a sand dollar or a shell or something?
Yes. And Paris, could you pull something out of here? Let's see.
Those look
and that will pull apart. So these are also made from polymer clay and alcohol inks.
Oh,
and that's what gives it the aged effect.
Yes. And then they can come apart, and they can become like a game. So see this? See, they can come apart.
Fun.
And you can stack them in different ways.
Oh, so if you're bored with the
yes,
with the design, you can redesign.
Changeable totems. Interchangeable totems.
Yes.
Feng shui with the totem.
I'm really drawn to Franny Jane over there.
Because
she's a fairy, and I'm part fairy.
Well, that would be a kindred spirit kind of thing there.
Exactly.
You know, I was wondering when I put this costume on that here I am at this age and I'm still wearing sort of fairy kind of clothes, and I was thinking, I think fairies never stop. I think they age, but they never stop.
Gracefully,
no, they don't stop. They shouldn't stop. Why should they stop?
I don't think they stop.
Yeah. And what's her story?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is?
She's got to have a story. The way she's got her arms spread. She does have a story.
And her little story is about symbols, how we all need some sort of symbols that we can look at and go, oh, that's me. So here's her story. Franny Jane is a Pipsy-Wagon, and she's this size.
A Pipsy-Wagon.
Pipsy-Wagon. And the Pipsy-Wagons came and introduced themselves to me. I don't know why, I'm just an ordinary person, but they came and introduced themselves to me. And we've had a long relationship now, and I've made a whole line of these for the gift market. But this particular one I love. Franny Jane makes jellies and jams, and she dries herbs. But she noticed that her herbs were starting to get tasteless, and her jellies and jams were losing their flavor. And she figured out that
So was she losing her mojo, or?
Well, yeah, because you know what would happen? She's such a hard worker that every time the sun would come in the window in a certain kind of way and she'd want to go out and play, she'd pull down the shade. And every time the scent of the June roses, like the yellow ones, would waft in the door, she would shut the door because she had work to do. And as she did this over and over, she started to get this crick in her neck, and the the herbs were drying out. And one day she looked out the door before she went and slammed it, and she saw the butterflies out there just flying and flying. And she said, that's what I've forgotten to do. I've forgotten to go out and dance. And so she had Petunia Bell make her this little costume with the little wings and the little flowy petals. And now when she's in her kitchen and she's doing those herbs and she's doing the jelly, and the sun comes in with that special thing, and the smell comes in with that special smell, she doesn't slam the door. She goes and she puts on the little costume. She runs outside and she dances around the roses at least 3 or 4 times. And then she comes back to work. And now her jams and jellies are tasting better.
Yes.
But best of all, that crick in her neck, it's gone.
And that's called balance.
That is balance.
She's putting balance in her life.
She is.
And Maureen, I see that you do
yes.
a fairies, gnome, and troll book.
I do.
Showing everybody how to make this.
I do.
Where is this available at?
It's available online in lots of
Okay.
different places. It's nationally published, and it's also available at my place in Jordan and on our website, which is wefolk.com.
That's where I prefer to get it, is at your place in Jordan. Then we can talk to you and
Yes.
get all kinds of tips and hints. But we do have a surprise for the people in our studio audience that can make it to Maureen soon. She is giving one away to everybody in the studio audience. Isn't that wonderful? You're so generous. Yay.
We'll all be making fairies
Yes.
and trolls.
And look at this. This is really interesting when I looked in the book, and I think
That's what I have.
we have him
Look
here
at-
today, don't we?
Right here.
I noticed that. I'm like, this is a familiar face. What's the
Did you
story
see his
behind
name?
him?
Did you see his name?
No. What is his name?
Theodore Fungi.
He's
Yay.
a toadstool
Toadstool
gnome.
gnome.
Oh, wow. And it goes in
That
a
one
pot
goes in the ground.
or in the ground. Oh,
It goes
in the
right
ground.
into
So it
the
is quite
ground.
heavy.
Okay.
Yes,
It is-
so he can grow along with the plants.
So it'd be fun just to have a little grouping.
yes.
Paris, can you pick that one up? That's
can try.
kind of I'll hand it to you. It matches Theodore Fungi. Is he in here, Maureen,
No,
too? How to
he
make
is-
Does he have
him?
a name?
I
Well,
don't
what's
think
his
that
name
one
then?
is in there. Ooh, I don't have one. I'll just make it up. George.
Truffle.
George Truffle.
Yeah.
Truffles are
I know.
a fun
Yes,
guy.
they are a fun guy.
Maureen, we just love what you've brought to share with us today. But can you tell us a little more about your retreat center?
I'd love to tell you about my place because I do love it. I've been there since 1998, so it's 14 years. And it's a retreat center school. So people come to learn how to do things like this. Plus I have visiting teachers. But really they come to get in touch with themselves, I think. But my expertise is in polymer clay. So that's how people know my name.
Is that what that
Yes,
is?
this is
Okay.
polymer clay. And so it bakes in
Oh.
an oven. And that's a 275-degree oven, and it gets hard. I have a dormitory that sleeps 8, so people can stay there, and so people can come anywhere from 1 night to 14 nights. Once in a while, we'll piggyback a couple of classes, and people come from all over the world, though mostly United States and mostly Minnesota, but we get people from all over. People can, the best way to find out when to come and visit is if they look on my website, which is maureencarlson.com, because I'm a little bit, I change a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
With the wind,
Changes
change
good.
Yeah, I
with the
kind
wind.
of change with the wind. We do birthday parties, we do storytellings, we have groups that come in for storytellings.
Like school groups or just any sort of group?
Women's tour groups, children's school groups, birthday parties of all ages. And when people come, some people say they come there to run away and to breathe.
To breathe and to find themselves
Yes.
again.
Isn't that good?
For balance. That
to
is
read,
awesome.
or maybe to redesign their life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's true too.
Maureen, I see you brought some friends with you today. Can you explain
Well,
who they are?
I can try.
Okay.
Some things are unexplainable, but this is my partner and husband, Dan, and he has with him a walking stick. It started out as a walking stick, but he moves. And if you pull him out of that cement, he has a little cement base that Dan built. And then if you stand him on the floor and twist him a little bit, his head moves.
And his
cool.
arms. Oh, cool.
So maybe he could look at the audience. Could he turn and look at the audience?
He can.
And then he likes to shake hands.
Huh.
And there's that lady in the front row with that bright red hat. Maybe he can flirt with her a little bit. And if you stand him on the ground, he sort of gets a little quivers.
Wow. Cute.
So he becomes like a little puppet walking stick that I can walk through
fun.
festival. And you might notice that it looks a little bit like Dan.
He does.
And that little profile
He
view.
doesn't have as much hair, but he does.
Yeah.
It's at the same time.
He's cute.
Many times she'll ask.
He's cute like Dan.
He is.
Well, folks, we're out of time for today, but thank you for being here. And remember, we share small town stories with big town attitude, for we are the women of Sweet Swine County. Bye-bye for now.